Hi, we're back. Oh, man. Well, anyway. Worse than The Flash, which is unbelievable. It's unbelievable this week. This week has been bad. I can't even understand what's... Yeah, anyway. 8 issues into this. This is one of the lowest selling comic books in my store.
And that's really odd.
Yeah, and this is really odd because this should be like one of the best. But after reading the 8 issues and how slow everything's going in the DC universe, from, you know, it's like the Justice League thing where 1 through 6, okay, we knew it was Darkseid. You know, it could have been done in like, I don't know, 2 issues. Come on, Jeff. You know, I popped you up this week. Last week I give you bad rep. This week I pump you up. Come on, man. You can do better than this. Anyway, worse than The Flash.
Very shocking.
Like she said, very shocking. Superman. Wow. And, you know, well, Great Caesar's ghost. But anyway, Superman dreams once again, this Superman, once again that he is being hunted and hated by the Earth people. Gee, how many times have we seen that happen? Oh, God, that's like 1,000,000th time now. Yeah, too many. But anyway, you know, when Superman is in Clark Kent, man, this is so funny, it's almost pathetic. It's as pathetic as the long-haired Superman that wore it back in a ponytail. Gosh, just like Clark Kent. I mean, gee. I mean, you know. You mean to tell me the way Superman wears his hair when he's in Clark Kent mode, or when Clark Kent is in Superman mode, Jimmy, Lois, even Steve Lombard haven't figured out who Superman and so that Superman is really Clark Kent? Gee, even with the glasses on, I can figure that out. How about you?
I didn't notice it since the first day I watched it.
Yeah, well, anybody with an IQ that's about room temperature can figure that out. I mean, this is pathetic. I mean, Giffen, Jurgens, you guys can do better. You guys can do 1,000,000 times. Come on now. You should have made Giffen. You should have just made this like Justice League International. Just made it a comedy because this is a joke. I mean, you know, this is something else. You know, did you guys never look at the Frank Quietly version and the All-Star Superman, which was awesome? You know, how he slouched and how he just looked unkempt all the time. Does nobody read comic books? Do you creators not read comic books and see that there are better ones out there that you guys should, you know, anyway. Hellspawn. Hellspawn. The Wildcat bad guy from the 90s. Oh, gee, I wonder who brought him in there. Could it have been Jim Lee? Oh, probably so. You know, Jim Lee trying to integrate all his wonderful characters into the DC universe. I mean, did anybody actually read Wildcats? Because most people I know just, you know, put 7 of them under their bed and thought they were going to send their kids to college on them. You know, every #1 they saw from Image. Oh, my God. Did anybody actually read it? No. Okay, so there's your answer. You know, see, DC's bought Wildstorm for like millions of dollars, and they bought Jim Lee for millions of dollars. So I guess right now they're saying, dang, we better find something to do with both of them because we're losing our investment on them. Much like, you know, they've done about everything else. Well, just like Marvel did with the Ultraverse. They lost their money. They spent all this money on them and they didn't do nothing with them. And, you know, Prime is a great example of a character that should have had his own comic in Marvel. Anyway, you know, not just that, Hard Case and all the rest of them. Ultra Force should have been a comic over there even before this X-Men Avengers thing. Oh my God. Anyway, you know, there's nothing new or original in this book. They're fighting in a mountain. They're fighting on top of a mountain in a volcano, and it's pathetic. Superman should have wiped this guy up in about 3 seconds. And of course, there's that Superman armor thing that looks like it's getting ready to crack every time you look at it. I don't know. It's just so pathetic. Where's the Superman suit? I mean, really? Come on, guys. I mean, you know, I just can't get over this. I mean, you know, like I said, they got to be doing something with old Jim Lee because they paid him all this money and bought all of his characters. And I think in the last 10 years they've been in, what, 2 comics? I don't know. But anyway, it's just pathetic. It's pathetically sad. Giffen, Jurgens, get on it, man. You guys can do better than that. You guys can do way better. Now, I promised I wouldn't mess with the X books this week, so I picked this one up instead since the Avengers is coming out. And I gotta say,
I think the movie's gonna be better.
I think the movie will be 10 million times better than this. This book is terrible. I mean, I can't even go. Here's what they're after. Alien mutant dinosaurs. Really? Oh, wow. Who thought that up? Gee whiz. We ain't seen that before. Oh, God. But anyway, Cap and, Hawkeye, I guess everybody knows he's Clint Barton now. I mean, he just run around out of costume. And gee, there's so many funny moments in there about how they joke about each other's girlfriends. Oh, Lordy. How funny. Oh, man. Bun, brother, you need to find something else to do with your time. You need to do something. This is sad. The artwork is ugly. The coloring is even worse. And, again, mutant, alien dinosaurs. If it had a plot, I'd tell you about it. But, like I said, when you go from Avenging Spider-Man, you just can't get much further down. But anyway, we're going to go there. We're getting ready to go even worse than Avenging Spider-Man.
And worse than Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh.
And worse than whatever that was.
Oh,
this.
Captain America and Hawkeye.
No.
629. They made 629 issues. And then and not only that, but you got a guy trying to be Alex Ross on the cover. Oh, sweet. Oh, God. It just gets worse. All right. We good? All right. Just talking to the director. We do things cheap on this show. You know that. You seen me get hit with a chair last week, so, But anyway, yeah, here's the worst one I've read in a long time. And I've tried to like this time. Oh, Blackhawks. No wonder it got canceled. Gee whiz, it's just, yikes. It's so bad. Look, it's not hard, it's not hard to write comics. It's not hard to draw comics, okay? And I'll show you one day why I say that. But anyway, the Blackhawks have been around since the 40s. They were created by Will Eisner. Had a little bit of controversy. A guy named Chuck Cudora, Cudiera, claims that he created them. Me personally, I believe it's Will Eisner. I don't know who the other guy is. I know he drew them for years. But, for years, Dick Dillon drew it. Reed Crandall drew it. I think George Evans did it, I think, in the 70s. Dan Spiegel and Mark Evner had a great run on it in the 80s. It's an enjoyable run if you ever pick it up at your comic book conventions or your comic book store. It's usually in the 25-cent bin. But anyway, talking about 25-cent talent, here it is. And, I like the kooky 60s version by Dick Dillon and most of the guys on there. Chuck, Chop Henderson, Black Hawk. I like that one, Man. All I can say is must have cost the DC some money for this one. Cafu, F-U, you got that right. DC didn't find a bit of talent here. So, in conclusion, this is the worst comic book of all time. Got to be one of the worst comic series of all time. Sonic Disruptors don't have much on this one. So, what do you think we should do?
One thing that you do with bad comics. Pull!
Gotcha. Here we go. Ready? Aim. Good shot. All right. We'll be right back.